Hello, are you ready to play a few of the daily New York Times games with me? My name is Mara, and this is Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. Today, I'm going to be unraveling the New York Times games WORDLE, STRANDS, and Connections for Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't already done your New York Times games for today, I do always recommend that you pause the video, do them first, and then come back and compare and see how we did. I don't want to spoil anyone's fun, and this video does contain spoilers. All right. If you prefer, you can always follow along with me, pick up some tips and tricks along the way. And then afterward, I just ask that you leave a kind comment down below as to what you thought and how you did. All right, without further ado, I'm going to bring up my wheel of Wordle start words so that I can select today's starting word. All right, let's exit out of full screen and shuffle these up. And here we go. Okay, brush. Let me close that. I'm going to pause my recording while I bring up my phone, and then we'll get to working on the games. Okay, I have my phone screen pulled up. I'm going to open up the New York Times Games app. Scroll down to Wordle, guess your way to the correct word, Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Go ahead, add another day to your 433-day streak. All right, brush. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, I got the B and the R in the wrong spot. Let's see, we still, and there's no U, S, or H. We still have like L, C, T. All right, and then we still have A, O, I, and E. All right, so a lot of options left. What? You know, I've got L here. Let's try like L-A-B-O-R, labor. Pardon me. Let's give that a try. All right. Ooh, all right. Well, I got the A and the B in the right spot, and then an R in the still in the wrong spot. Okay, so maybe okay, there's no O. All right. Maybe we're starting with an A, R, A, B, E. No, I don't think so. Rapid. All right, well, there, I think, write this down. There's rapid, and also rabbi. Okay, are there any other possible words? R-A-B, rab. All right, not that I can think of. That doesn't mean there could also potentially be something A, B, R, like, and then another vowel. Something abri, something ab with an E at the end. Ab, I don't think so. I think it would be like A-R-B-E. All right, I'm going to go with rabid first, and then see from there. We'll just see from there. Okay, all right, it is rabbit and got it in 3. Awesome, yay. Okay, I've completed 771 games. My current and max streak are 434. How did you do? Maybe sometime we'll have to try that Wordle bot and see how my solve compares to other people's solves. All right, let's move on to Strands, find hidden words, and uncover the day's theme. Go ahead, add another day to your 12-day streak, right? I keep reading that out and forgetting that I'm not really keeping track of streaks on, on this one. Okay, go the distance, go the distance. Are we talking like a marathon? Like we're going the distance on a marathon? Oh yeah, maybe. Here, look, marathon. Let's just go for it. All right, that's the spanogram. Well, up here, I'm seeing the start and the runner. Oop, wait. Runner. This looks like hydration. Okay. Down here, I see finish. Pace. There's one more word, only one more word. Keeper. Okay, timekeeper. All right. Timekeeper. Okay, go the distance. That one was kind of fun and easy. Have you ever run a marathon? I did once. I ran the Portland Marathon in 1999. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't really run anymore. We'll just say. All right. So, yeah, I'm not going to go through the stats, but I did get the spanogram and then the remaining 6 words. Okay. Let's move on to connections, group words that share a common thread for Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Go ahead, add another day to your 157-day streak. Our 16 connections words are capri, aqua, cramp, cargo, khaki, load, sweat, pant, gem, tan, redden, camel, haul, sag, fawn, and freight. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm obviously seeing capri, cargo, khaki, sweat, but those are, and then they've got the word pant, like these are all types of pants. Let me do a screenshot and just see where the other ones could possibly go. Okay. Well, let me pull up yellow highlighter. All right. I also see like aqua, tan, camel, like colors, but colors that are like not just the standard spectrum Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, but like aqua, tan, camel. But so khaki could also be a color. Khaki, tan, camel, fawn. All right, I'm not sure about aqua, but I'm going to leave these yellow, switch to green. See what else we have. Cramp, pant, like you're out of breath. You redden, like you get red. And sweat. So this could be changing our So like, I'm wondering if the these pant styles could be a red herring, and maybe we've got one in each category. All right, so we could also, let me change to blue. I'm seeing like cargo, load, freight, and haul, and those could all be, you know, like cargo, the cargo that you haul in a freight liner, a freight truck, load. Yeah, that, I think this is definitely okay. So what about the capri? Let's see what's left. Let me switch to purple. All right, there would be capri, gem, sag, and then maybe this aqua. Astrological signs, the start of astrological signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius. Okay, so it looks like the pants, one of them goes in each category. I bet that means that a lot of people might start off that way, which is why I try to look at the words in groups first. And not just, I mean, sometimes it's nice to just go with your gut and try it. But if I would have done that, it wouldn't have even been one away. It just would have been an error. And then I would have been like, oh, all right. So try to group them together first and see if you can put them all into categories, and that will help you. And so also by doing this, you could try to figure out what is your purple, what is your blue, what is your green, what is your yellow, and get them in what is supposed to be the hardest to the easiest. So I'm going to delete my screenshot. Okay. And I'm going to deselect all of these. I feel like the Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius could be like, it'll be starts of astrological signs, and maybe this is purple. So I'm going to give it a try as purple. Okay, purple. Yes, starts of zodiac signs. Okay. All right. Okay, then what do we think is going to be our blue category? Like maybe the cramp, redden, sweat, pant. But I mean, really, any of these could be. I feel like haul and cargo and load and freight are yellow. I feel like those are all synonyms for things that are hauled. What about the color? So the colors, or let's just try it. If it's green, it's green. If it's blue, perfect. We'll keep going for the reverse rainbow. Let's try it. Okay, all right. Show signs of physical exertion. All right. Like if you're running a marathon. Okay. So then khaki, tan, camel, fawn, or haul, cargo, load, freight. Well, obviously one of them's green, one of them's yellow. I'm going to go with this because I'm not sure that as many people would know that fawn is maybe a shade of brown in the brown family. Let's try it. Okay. Ooh, reverse rainbow. Light brown shades. Yes. Okay. Haul, cargo, load, freight. Let's submit. By default, we get yellow. Goods to be transported. Right. Goods to be transported. sometimes when you're trying to figure out like what the category is going to be, it's easy to be like, using one of the words, but excellent. Well, I've completed 430 games. My current streak is 158. My max streak is 251, and I got a reverse rainbow. So let's see how this compares to other people who've played so far. All right, we're going to click on the connections bot. It says, how tough was today's puzzle? Okay, you completed today's puzzle. Let's analyze your game. And up here on the daily connections bot, it says your daily personalized connections analysis in the games app. All right, here we go. All right, so the solve rate is 86%. It says, how hard was today's connections based on a sample of 1 million games? It's amazing. Like for me, it's 7 o'clock in the morning on the Pacific Northwest. And 1 million people have already played. It's just crazy. Okay. All right. So there's an 86% solve rate. It's more straightforward compared with recent connections. So it shows the difficulty 1 out of 5. This says the number of mistakes made today. 28% of the players didn't make any mistakes. So that means that it's showing 32% of the players made 1 mistake, and that makes me think of the red herring of the cargo pan, packing pan. Okay. So 32% made 1 mistake, 17% made 2 mistakes, 9% made 3 mistakes, and of course, because we have an 86% solve rate, 14% didn't solve it at all. They made all the mistakes, they didn't solve it. All right, let's move on. Next, I'll dig deeper. It says, hi, I'm Connections Bot. I'll analyze your Connections game to show you how you compared with other players, including your skill and uniqueness, how tricky each category was, the most common mistakes, how you stacked up against other players, turn by turn. I'll also identify any guesses that could have been improved upon. All right, we'll leave this. We won't skip it, but maybe we won't read it all out the next time. Okay, it says your ratings for the Connections game. I got a 99, so the average is 83. Did you solve in as few steps as possible? 99 out of 99. So my score is like a perfect score. Okay. And that's because I did purple, I believe, purple, blue, green, yellow, or just maybe that I didn't get any mistakes. Okay, just for fun, how many players made the exact same guesses as you? 1 in 133. So a lot of people got reverse rainbows today. 1 out of every 133 who played the game had the same solve. All right, let's move on. Okay, so it says players found first, the green category. 45% of the players got the green category first, and then 40% got the yellow category, 10% got blue, and only 6% got purple first. Yay. All right, let's move on from that. It says today's top mistakes, and there it is, the red herring of the pants. Capri, cargo, khaki, sweatpants. 33% of the people who made a mistake made that mistake, I believe. And then a lot of people said cramp, sweat, pant, and sag for signs of fatigue. Okay. And then aqua, khaki, tan, and camel, which I also saw, but didn't make that mistake. They're just saying pastel hues. And to me, it also felt like aqua is a shade of blue, and then khaki, tan, and camel were shades of brown. Okay, then sweat, pant, redden, and tan, heat effects. I could see that. And then capri, khaki, tan, and camel for neutral hues. All right, let's move on from the top mistakes. It says, I made a fantastic start. You solved purple first, the trickiest category to find today. So Excellent. Yeah, so in the first guess, only 4% of the players did purple first, and then 22% of players said the green first, and 31% made the mistake of the pants. Okay, let's move on. For my second guess, it says, great start. You solved blue early, a tricky category to find this soon. So it basically shows my guess, and then a lot of other people got the green category next. And then everyone else had the same idea here too. So yes. So the most common for third, I guess, was green and khaki tan camel fawn. And then some people had that cargo mistake with the green category. And then finally, oh, look at that. It even says connections perfection. You achieved a reverse rainbow, solving categories from trickiest to most straightforward without any mistakes. Ooh, I love it. So yeah, perfect. I like going through this connection spot. I hope you guys do too. All right. And maybe you're going through your solution with the connection spot to see how you compared with others. All right, so back to connections. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me remove my phone screen. I'd appreciate it if you check out the links down in the description box. And if you haven't already, could you please subscribe? Let's help grow this small channel. I would really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell so that you can be notified whenever I put out content here on Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. I'd also appreciate it if you checked out my other channel, Mindfully Crocheted. I actually go live on Sunday nights. This is a Sunday. And we talk about all things yarny, so come and check me out over there. There is a link to my other channel down in the description box below as well. I'd appreciate it if you checked out that video that YouTube is suggesting to you right there. Don't forget to put a little play in your day. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow with some more of the daily New York Times games.